even a moment further, I want to wish a very happy birthday to our announcer, Lou Wilson, who's 31 today. Happy birthday, Lou.
Thank you, Jimmy.
You know, we have a big party planned for Lou in the parking lot after the show. That's right. You have plans tonight after that? Are you coming to that?
I am coming. That is my plans. That's
Okay.
where it ends. This
Very
parking
sad,
lot party.
very, very sad, but we'll have fun. Lou, I don't know if you know this, but you were born exactly 1 day and 200 years after Joe Biden. Yesterday was President Biden's 80th birthday. A whole family got together at the White House and took away his car keys. They also had a big party. I don't know, it was pretty wild. Joe, where he is, right there. You can see it was more of a rave than a party. He ended the night by stripping off his dungarees and doing 80 shots of Metamucil, but it's a double celebration for Joe Biden. He turned 80, his teeth turned 16. Congratulations to both of them. The First Lady, Jill Biden, made a coconut cake. That's every 80-year-old's favorite cake. Once you turn 80, your cakes are automatically coconut and your ice cream is rum raisin. It's how it goes. Joe Biden is the oldest sitting president in United States history. He's 3 Zendayas and a baby now. And, you know, we like to have fun with his age. Some senior citizens don't like it. They take offense to the constant insinuation that he's too old to be running to anything but the bathroom.
I think the satire about him and the sneering at him is ageism.
He doesn't appear confused at all to me, as I've read. He seems fine.
What do they want to do, a 21-year-old? You want to get a Gen Zer?
You make it go, what do you want, JoJo Siwa? Joe's birthday wasn't the only Biden bash this weekend. His granddaughter, Naomi, got married there on Saturday. It was a beautiful ceremony, and I, for one, can't wait for Republicans in the House to launch a 12-month investigation into it. How do you top a White House wedding? I think you'd have to have your honeymoon on the actual moon to beat that. And it had to make the Trump kids jealous. You know, when Trump was in office, he wouldn't even let Don Jr. sleep over. This morning on the South Lawn, Biden took part in the traditional pardon of the turkeys, where we got the rare chance to see the President of the United States having a full conversation with birds.
Look at this. God love you. Now, this is chocolate, right? Chocolate, you are pardoned. You are pardoned. He said, you had to tell me that? Yeah, you are. Yeah, I'm serious. He said, I don't know, man. You didn't have to pardon me. I knew I was pardoned.
I would watch a whole Joe Biden talking to turkeys channel. And in fact, that's kind of what it was this morning.
It's a wonderful Thanksgiving tradition here at the White House. There's a lot to say about it, but it's chilly outside, so I'm going to keep this short. Ronnie's got 44 years in the turkey business. They don't know what the verdict, I'm not sure of the verdict yet, but we're going to find out in a minute. We got to get on with this. First of all, the votes are in, but before I gobble up too much time, of course, chocolate is my favorite. Chocolate is my favorite ice cream. By the way, that's my grandson, Bo, up there, and my granddaughter. Get your flu shots as well. We have more chickens than anybody in the nation in Delaware. Jill and I are going to be flying down for a Friendsgiving. Scripture says, let us rejoice always, pray continually, and give thanks in all circumstances.
They killed themselves. I can't say that I blame them. The National Turkey Federation, which is a real federation, posted photos of the turkeys, Chocolate and Chip, on their way to Washington. I'm not sure how I thought turkeys travel to the White House, but it definitely wasn't sliding around in the back of a Toyota Highlander. It's ridiculous. It's like the plot of a movie starring Pauly Shore in the 90s. We gotta get these turkeys to the White House for the pardon. Another turkey who could use a pardon is Donald Trump. Donald Trump has even more legal trouble on his little hands. On Friday, Attorney General Merrick Garland did what Trump was really hoping he wouldn't. He appointed a special counsel to take over the investigations into Trump helping himself to the classified documents and crimes he may have committed on and around January 6th. This is the special counsel they hired. His name's Jack Smith, said to be very tough. He looks like a guy who had sentenced Chewbacca to death. He does... Decision to bring him on board was obviously weighing on Trump, who addressed it while hosting a gala for a conservative think tank this weekend.
This will not be a fair investigation. But again, I thought this was all done or very close to being done. These people are corrupt, and yet they go after innocent people under the guise of legitimacy. Over the years, I've given millions and millions of pages of documents, tax returns, and everything else, and they have found nothing, which means I've proven to be one of the most honest and innocent people ever in our country.
You have to admit, yeah, that was funny. That was a good one, right? Meanwhile, his former white shadow, Mike Pence, has been making the rounds, sharing stories about those precious moments just before the insurrection split them up.
I remember the president looking at me, and he pointed out the window at the crowd that was gathering just off the South Lawn and in the Ellipse. And he said, "Did you see that crowd out there?" And I said, "I did, Mr. President." And he said, "Those people love us." And I said, "Those people love you." And he said, "Well, that's probably true."
This might be the saddest book tour of all time. His book, by the way, for all the press he's doing, didn't even make the New York Times bestseller list. Trump hasn't even mentioned it. He's been too busy screaming about the price of turkeys this year.
Has anybody bought your turkey yet for Thanksgiving? Because if you haven't, don't even waste your time. Good luck getting a turkey for Thanksgiving. Don't think you're buying a turkey for Thanksgiving because they're not available. Number one, you probably won't get it, and if you do, you're going to pay approximately 3 times more. It will cost approximately 3 times what you paid last year. You're going to pay 3 times more than you did last year. 3 to 4 times more than you did last year. Pay 3 to 4 times more than you paid last year. So somebody would say, "Oh, good, well, we'll get ham. That's 2.5 times more." Get bacon. That's only gone up 2.5 times. I think what you do, I don't know what you do. So good luck on Thanksgiving.
Yeah, well, that's good luck. And by the way, the fact of the matter is, the price of a 16-pound turkey last year was around $23. This year, it's $28. So it's $5 more per bird. But that's the kind of fun misinformation we can look forward to now that Trump is allowed back on Twitter. You know, Elon Musk announced on Saturday he's reinstating Trump's Twitter account after conducting a very totally scientific and legit online poll. Trump, though, said he sees no reason to return to Twitter. He's on Truth Social. You know how badly you have to screw up Twitter to make Donald Trump refuse to go on it? Trump vowed he will not return to Twitter, which is a promise he'll stick to until the next time he's on the toilet for more than 20 minutes. But Kanye West is back on Twitter, just in time for Hanukkah. Last night, Kanye posted the word shalom with a smiley face. He's still extremely banned from J-Date, okay? But Kanye also may have announced he's running for president. He showed off merchandise with a Yay 24 logo. I'm not sure if 24 is for the year 2020 or if it's the number of votes he would get if he actually ran for president. But between Trump and Kanye coming back, it's like Elon Musk did a reverse exorcism on us. It's like polio and measles returning at the same time. Speaking of comebacks, a big story in Hollywood today involves our parent company, Disney. Our former boss has returned. It's a little bit confusing, but what happened, basically, our former CEO at Disney was a guy named Bob Iger. Old Bob, 2 years ago, old Bob decided to retire, so he picked a new Bob to replace him, Bob Chapek. But last night, out of nowhere, the board of directors fired new Bob and convinced old Bob to come back, which means new Bob is now old Bob, and old Bob's the new Bob. It's like what happened with Coca-Cola when they switched the formula, and then now we're back to Bob Classic, I guess. And for us, it's kind of like finding out your mom decided to dump your stepdad to get back together with your real dad. Is this making any sense to you, Guillermo?
Oh, perfect sense.
Just all I need to tell you is if you see anyone named Bob, just go like this, okay?
All right.
This is a big week for Guillermo. The World Cup is like your favorite sporting event, right?
Yeah, that's right.
And
Yes.
The soccer, well, and I know Europeans get mad when we call it soccer, but football's football, and that's not changing. And shouldn't it really be called kickball anyway? The United States tied their first game today against Wales, which is that good?
No,
Wales is smaller than New Jersey, by the way, but we tied them. One of the many controversies surrounding this tournament is that the games are taking place in Qatar, which is a terrible country that shouldn't be hosting a major sporting event. After they claimed all sorts of relaxed new rules for visitors to Qatar, they decided at the last minute not to sell alcohol at the games, which did not go over well with these kickball fans from Ecuador. Are you sure you're not Ecuadorian? Because that seems... Don't worry, you can get it here. We're a month away from Christmas, just about a month away, and every year Guillermo and I like to help by lending a Santa Claus a hand, weeding out the good children from the bad. And once again, this year we put on our pointy little ears to find out who's been naughty and who has been nice. Well, hello there.
Hello.
Oh, thank you very much. Hi.
Hi.
How you doing?
Good.
What's your name?
My name is Riley.
We knew that because Santa's been watching you. How are you, Riley?
Good.
Good. Let me read your letter to Santa. Do you mind? Dear Santa, this year, can I have a Nintendo Switch, an iPhone 8? iPhone 8?
Mm-hmm.
Why the 8?
Because they didn't have the 9.
The 8's so 2000 and late, right?
Yeah, that's right.
You into the Black Eyed Peas?
No.
No, no one is. Okay. And a widescreen TV. You should get it for me because once I had a substitute teacher at school and was helping him. He told me I was really good. Are the other kids mean to the substitute teacher?
Yeah, sometimes they misbehave.
Sometimes they do. Could I get the names of some of the kids who are not behaving? Go ahead.
Leonardo, Joshua,
Leonardo, Joshua,
Sunny, Valerie.
Valerie? Mm-hmm. Now, who's the worst in that group?
The worst is Leonardo.
Leonardo. What's he up to?
He usually stands up and without permission and talks out of turn.
He stands up without permission and talks out of turn?
Mm-hmm. He does.
Oh, that's not good.
Boy, Santa's not gonna like that at all.
He talked too much.
All right. Well, he's not getting anything this year. Let's talk about your parents. Have they been good this year?
Yes, they have.
Very good? Mm-hmm. Is there any area where they could improve, they could do better?
Yes.
What are some of those areas?
Once, my dad was taking a shower, and when he was done, he accidentally locked the door and we couldn't get in, so he tried using a hammer to open it, but he scratched his forehead.
Okay. Wow. that's a weird story.
Yeah.
But he had a hammer inside in the bathroom.
And then he tried like pulling the lock off, but then he scratched his forehead, and then our doorknob got bent, so we bought a new one.
Maybe we'll get him a new doorknob for Christmas.
Yeah, you could give us
It would be a good
spare.
thing to have a spare doorknob. Yeah. Okay. All right. Well, listen. Everything looks pretty good. I'm liking what I see. I think what we're going to do here, since you've been so good, is we're going to give you a present before Christmas. Okay?
Okay.
Now, I want you to close your eyes and imagine what you want more than anything. All right. Now, walk up here. I want you to push that candy cane, and whatever you imagined is about to come out. Whoa. Wow. Isn't that great? Mm-hmm. Do you see what that is?
Doorknobs.
Yeah, a lot of them. Are you excited?
Yeah.
Yeah. Is your dad gonna be excited?
Yeah, he is.
Yeah. I think the whole family's gonna be pretty excited. You wanna grab those?
Okay.
Yeah, just take as many as you can carry. Wow. Well, Merry Christmas.
Merry
Merry Christmas.
Enjoy the knobs.
Okay.